Check 1, 2.
Alright, check.
Gotcha, loud and clear.
Alright.
1061 X-ray.
Alright, circuit breakers are all in.
Yep,
Melbourne
circuit
Tower,
breakers are
here
in.
is 365 Alpha Tango, over abandoned, request full stop north side, with information Mike.
739 Delta Bravo, Melbourne, ground runway 9.
Alright, flight instruments check. We have 0 airspeed, turn corner, ball centered, no vertical speed. Altimeter will set in a minute.
Yep, go ahead and set it for...
set the ATIS,
365 Melbourne Tower, report 5 miles southwest.
So, ATIS isn't set, so go ahead and set it real quick.
122575 is ATIS?
Report 5
Nope.
miles south.
13255.
Right now.
Sirius 5 Alpha Tango, you're at least 10 miles actually.
Yep.
2255.
And then Mike 2.
Mike 2, come
Runway 9
2.
right, ILS unusable. Runway 9 left, PAPI is unusable. VFR departures advised ground control your direction of flight. Advising there's contact information. Melbourne National Airport information, November time 1353 Zulu, wind 1006, visibility 5, light rain, mist, few clouds 1,600, ceiling 3,500 broken, 8,500 overcast, temperature 262.23, altimeter 3003, GPS approach in use, lane departing runway 9 left, 9 right, runway 5. Approaches are being conducted to parallel converging runways. Attention all aircraft, hazardous weather information for Florida and coastal waters available on flight surface frequencies. Caution, higher than normal bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Runway 9 right, ILS unusable. Runway 9 left, PAPI is unusable. VFR departures advised ground control your direction of flight. Advising there's contact information. Melbourne National Airport information, November time 1353 Zulu, wind 1006, visibility 5, light rain, mist, few clouds 1,600, ceiling 3,500 broken, 8,500 overcast, temperature 262.23, altimeter 3003, GPS approach in use, lane departing runway 9 left, 9 right, runway.
Okay, so we have information November, altimeter 3003, our altitude matches field elevation.
Yep.
And we match here, okay? So we're expecting runway 9 left, 9 left, 9 right, or 5. I'm going to assume that they're going to give us 9 left.
Yep.
Wind is 100 at 6 knots, so we're going to have a slight left quartering headwind.
Yes. Actually be a slight right quartering headwind 1, so think 90 east and then slightly.
Okay, 100 would be to the right.
Yeah, to the right.
Okay. Okay, so flaps, trim set for takeoff. Parking and steering check. We're gonna. All right, so we'll head over here for the
Runup. We'll head over there.
Park and brake off.
Remember, power idle.
Power idle.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, good.
Park and brake that. All right, parking brake is set. Doors closed and latched. Fuel selector valve is on both. Elevator trim for takeoff. All right, we're going to do throttle RPM 1800. Fuel pump check. Alright, so fuel flow increase, fuel pressure increase, fuel pump coming off, and fuel flow and pressure drop. Alright, engine instruments check. Okay, all are in the green. 14.4 volts. Magneto test. Okay, so we're at Gonna go 1800 RPM here. Alright. 1780,
yeah.
we'll go 2 clicks to the left, and we drop down to 1690, about 100. Drop back to both. Okay, we'll do 1 click to the left.
Actually, it's pretty good. I'm surprised it's not fouled.
And it's 1690, but also about 100. Okay.
Yep.
And engine seemed a little bit smooth other than a drop in RPMs. Alright, propeller cycle. Okay, so I'm looking at manifold pressure. Okay, I see an increase in manifold pressure. Looking at RPM, I see a increase in RPM. And I'm looking at oil pressure. 70, it drops to 59 and back up. Alright, carb heat. We're at 1860, carb heat on. I see a slight drop in RPM, carb heat back off. And RPM is back. Alright, throttle back to 1200.
And check it at idle too, like all the way out idle.
Okay, so we'll do an idle check.
Yep,
all
so
the way idle, engine still runs.
Yep, and then back to 1200.
Okay, and then back to 1200.
There we go.
Okay. Cowl flaps open. We'll check our flight controls are free and correct. Right aileron go up, left aileron down. Now left aileron up, right aileron down. Okay. Stabulator down. And up. Okay, and rudder, right rudder, left rudder. Okay, all are free and correct. Throttle friction lock. Alright, radios and avionics set. So we've got Melbourne Tower on active. We probably want ground first.
Yep.
And then we have tower in the standby. What is our practice area frequency?
123.3.
123.3.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, and that's still, well.
You changed it there, but that's fine.
I was trying to keep ATIS, but.
That's okay. So you can just go ahead also with the IFDs. As soon as you touch this, it comes up ATIS Melbourne 123.55.
Okay.
Just tap it.
Okay, there we go.
Loads in.
All right, we got it.
Cheating, but it's great.
Okay, seatbelts are fastened. Flaps and trim are set. Takeoff briefing. Runway in use and length. See if I've got my diagram here. Alright, so we're expecting 9 left. We've got 6,000 feet of runway, which is about 6 times what we need. Climb out speed, so we're going to rotate at 60 and climb out at 85.
Yep, with flaps 10.
With 10 degrees of flaps.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll retract flaps once we get to above about 100 feet?
50 feet's good.
50 feet? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Engine out procedure and plan. Okay, so if engine goes out during takeoff roll, we'll abort takeoff. If we're not airborne by Mike,
yep,
we'll abort takeoff and just stay on the runway. If we have an engine failure after we're airborne but below 700 feet, then we're going to just keep it straight ahead. And we're looking either for the river, US 1.
Yeah.
Engine failure after that, once we're above 700 feet, we should be able to make a turn back either to 27 left or 23.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, sounds good to me.
All right.
One last thing I like to do also, just get in the habit of it since I'll let you run the radios now, is always test. So you can push this and basically it's not cutting out any side noise.
Okay.
So the squelch, right? So
okay.
Squelch is off and you just turn this up until you can hear it if no one's talking.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it just as needed.
All
so
right.
If you want to make the radio call once we get over there, I'll let you do that. Remember, we have information November.
Information November.
And we're VFR Southwest.
Okay. And we're at Big Blue.
Yep.
And Cardinal 34287.
Yes, sir.
All right, releasing parking brakes.
There we go.
And, I'll get us over there first. All right.
And since there's no one coming back or coming out, you can keep it on the line there. We don't have to go left or right. I usually do that when there's people here so they can get by us, or if someone were to come this way, usually these jets, we don't have to move. And just pull far enough forward around the corner so that the tower can see us. And the tower's just past the Northrop Grumman building. There we go. Yep, that's good right there. And I'll get our wind correction in for us. There we go.
All right, let's close on the brakes back to 1200. All right, here we go. Melbourne ground, Cardinal 34287 at Big Blue with information November, VFR to the southwest.
34287, Melbourne ground, 9 left via Mike Kilo.
9 left via Mike Kilo, Cardinal 34287.
There we go. Good job, man.
All right. Okay, so 9 left via Mike Kilo, so we're going to be turning right here.
Yes, sir.
At 397 Mike Tango, contact Orlando departure.
Alright, clear to the right, or
clear
left.
to the left.
And clear on the right.
Clear on the right.
Alright, look at the windsock and see what it's doing there. It's kind of straight down, so no real correction needed. Yeah, man, you're moving really quick. We just have to do stalls and a couple of landing and practice. Yeah, you're already basically at solo. You're knocking on the door.
355 uniform, Sierra Mama Tower, 9 right, clear, low approach.
Alright, right there is good.
Stop right here. Okay, and back to 1200. Alright, so we're going to switch over to tower.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
There's no one coming, so we can give them a call. So we're on Kilo, so you can say Melbourne Tower, Cardinal 34287, holding short, 9 left at Kilo, ready for departure. And then you don't have to repeat the whole thing. Just when he says clear for takeoff, 9 left, we just say clear for takeoff, 34287, 9 left. And you always have to repeat the runway.
The runway, okay.
Taxi via Alpha Victor to the right.
Taxi via Alpha Victor to the ramp, tax flight 66.
Alright, so we're holding short at Kilo, 9 left at Kilo.
Yep.
Okay, ready for VFR to the southwest?
Ready for departure. Okay. Yeah, he knows where we're going.
Okay. Melbourne Tower, Cardinal 34287, holding short, 9 left at Kilo, ready for departure.
November 34287, Melbourne Tower, you can cross runway 5, midfield on course, runway 9 left, clear for takeoff.
9 left, clear for takeoff.
9 left, clear for takeoff, Cardinal 34287.
Yep, there we go.
So then he wants us to turn out at runway 5 again.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, Go ahead. Missed part of the checklist there, but I'll get the lights for us.
All right, yes.
Slightly richen and
Slightly
flaps
richen
10.
and flaps 10, okay.
There we go. I know it's a lot to
Thank
juggle
you.
at once,
Yeah.
but that's okay. So
All
we're
right.
clear on departure, or on the approach, clear on the departure.
Clear on the left, okay.
And don't be afraid of taking your time. Don't drag your feet, but, you know,
Yeah, okay.
take your time and do what you have to do. After all, you're the one flying the plane, not the guy in the tower. All right, we're lined up with the runway.
We are lined up at the runway. Okay, power's coming in.
All right, good job maintaining center line.
Okay, engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. There's 50, 57, 60. Rotate.
Yep, there we go. Retrim is required.
And we're looking for airspeed 85.
There we go. Good.
There's 80, 82.
You can go ahead and get those flaps now, and we'll climb away.
Flaps coming out.
We'll accelerate to 92, and you can go ahead and start making that right turn to 5. I'll just get this over to map for us. Good job.
All right.
All right, now we can just kind of go south because we're clear of 5. There we go.
All right, 1,000 feet, so we want to reduce power to 25 inches and 2,500 RPM.
Yep.
Shelter 35 ground, approved as requested.
There we go, good job, man.
Okay.
And once we get abeam the canal, which is just past the abandon, we can bring it over
Okay.
To the west.
All right.
And you can stop here at 1500, sorry, I should have told you.
1,500, okay. All right, so now we're going 21 inches and 2,300 RPM.
Yes, sir.
Tower 355 Uniform Sierra going this.
And looks like that rain's headed right this way.
Runway heading, contact Orlando departure.
What was that?
Runway heading over.
Looks like the rain's headed this way.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the rain, we're going to turn before that. I can see the canal there.
All right, I see abandon here, okay. Gotta get us back down to 1,500. Alright, so we are exiting Melbourne's airspace about now.
Yep. So you can just follow the
I'm going to go ahead and turn and follow the canal to the west.
Yes, sir.
Melbourne Tower, tech flight 649, RNAV 9 right.
Tech flight 649, Melbourne Tower, runway 9 right, clear to land.
9 right, clear to land, tech flight 649.
Alright, and you can also swap us over to the practice area frequency. So we already have it.
So we're already there, so we need mic 2, comb 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then go ahead and test the volume.
Alright, so test the volume. Let's turn squelch off.
Oh, not that one. Has to be on the number 2 unit. So you do it on the 440. Yep. Yes, sir. That's good.
Okay.
And we'll just go west for a little bit because
Okay.
I see some guys that look like they're coming back to the abandoned.
Okay, and where do you see
stop
them
here?
there?
Yeah, on the ADSB.
Okay, you
here,
see them
yeah.
on the ADSB, okay.
Yep. They're 2 miles away.
All
One
right.
of them's our altitude headed right towards the abandoned.
Okay.
And we can turn the landing light off. We'll just leave the strobe on.
Landing light off. Beacon and strobe are on.
There's that guy I was talking about. He's
Oh, I
right
see him,
there,
yeah. Okay.
no factor. Okay, I see Kurt's Field. That's that farm field over there. So no one's out there, so we can go right towards Kurt's Field. It's that opening, kind of looks like there's something shiny or white in the field out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Hotel West, Prax area, Cardinal 34287, 1,500 feet, 4 miles to the east of Kurt's Field. We're going to be doing ground reference over Kurt's Field at 800. Hotel West. Pretty nasty looking over there.
Yeah.
Traffic 833 Tango Bravo over Lake
traffic up there.
500 feet southbound.
It's 737 November Victor. They're up there. You can kind of see them against the cloud.
Oh, I see him now.
Hospital 819.
Okay.
53361, you up?
Yeah, 30 minutes, please.
Confirm, we're up.
UCS 61 X-ray, you're passing to the west of us here in a second.
I got you guys in sight.
Okay.
You guys gonna Okeechobee?
Yeah, we're going to do Pahokee and then Okeechobee. What were you guys doing? I thought you guys were going cross country.
We were, but we didn't have enough time on the block and come back.
Did you see weather was getting worse too, or no?
We just had to wait for weather. We had to wait like 15 minutes out of Melbourne to depart VFR.
Yeah, we have the plane till noon, so hopefully I think...
Alright, so now that we're coming up on Kurt's Field here, we can go ahead and do some clearing turns. So go ahead and give us a turn to the south there for just about 90 degrees.
Clear on the left, turning on the left, 90 degrees.
Hotel West Practice Area, Cardinal 34287 over Kurtz Field, 1500 feet. We're going to be sending to 1000 ground reference, Hotel West. Alright, nobody over there. Give us a turn back to the east again.
Okay.
It's nice being able to see over the cowling. There we go. Okay, so go ahead and you can keep this turn to the left going and bring us kind of over to the east side of the field here, and we'll make some decisions about where we're going to use our references because there's a lot of little plots. Yeah, so you can just keep us going. Oh, yeah, birds. That's fine.
Hotel traffic 833 Tango Bravo over Lake Winder 2000 feet southbound.
So we can probably start our field at the corner over there before it becomes like this swamp. So the end of the farm field, and we can choose how many plots we want to come down. Probably to this road right below us. You can't see it right now, but there's a pretty used sandy road right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So just so we don't have a huge field to follow, or even better, do you see how the white road kind of goes all over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can use that as our references, and it makes a nice sized field. So we'll just keep going this way for a little bit.
Okay.
And go ahead and pull carb heat and give us a descent down to about 1000.
Alright, so carb heat on, gonna reduce power.
So we know the wind's coming from over in this direction. I don't really trust the wind vector on this. I like using things like the lake or pond because look where the wind is relative to us. You can see that it's kind of making cat's paws facing northeast, southwest. You see what I'm talking about? Like the shimmers, how they kind of make lines?
Okay.
Yeah, because the wind vector is telling us the wind's over here. So I trust that more because we're going to be closer to the ground and this thing is not always accurate. Alright, you can go ahead while we're still descending, give us a turn to the left.
Left turn, okay.
And that'll set you up for the 45-degree entry. You can bring carb heat out and start putting a little bit of power in. Keep us at 1000. There we go. Cool. So there's the corner of the road right there, and about halfway down that'll be our midfield. And we'll just try and stay half a mile to 3/4 of a mile from that reference the whole time. You can bring out the power a little bit if you want. There we go, that's good right there. And then just trim as necessary.
Alright.
So plus or minus 100 feet from 1000. Alright, there we go. We're entering the maneuver.
Flight Super 29. 29, could I ask for a 25-minute extension? And can you let my next year know that I'm going to be really late and we'll probably weather?
Alright, and where did we say our base flag was going to be?
Right here, the end of this road. So where it goes right before the tree line.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and I have one of those guys that we both trying to let my foot now.
Alright, watch your altitude.
11, do that. And if you just let my student know, just come back.
Hotel West 53361's over Blue Cypress Lake 3000 headed north.
and then once we get to the road going up this way along this tree line here, we'll make our next turn. Alright, remember this one's not as steep compared to the other ones. And then starts getting shallow, the bank, as we start heading into the headwind. There we go. And whenever you come abeam your reference and you start flying along, just also look at the cowling to get an idea of any sort of drift we might have and correct your wind correction angle as we make our pattern here.
Alright, and what are we using again for the crosswind leg?
You see the road right there? Not the very end of the field, but the white road that...
The whitish road here, okay.
Hotel West 739 Zulu uniform, 3 miles north of Kurtz Field, headed eastbound 1,500 feet.
Hotel West Praxair, Cardinal 34287 is over Kurtz Field, 1,000 feet, doing ground reference. Is Kurt on board with you?
Right here?
Yes, sir. Alright, my controls for a second.
Alright, your controls.
So, that was really good. For the most part, you did really good maintaining altitude, so no problems there. Wind corrections were good. Your banks were a little steep in some parts that, like on the first turn, that you didn't start shallowing it out as we started losing our ground speed. And I have the ground speed up here. I do trust the ground speed because that's just pure GPS data. So just remember where the winds are coming from, and that when you start coming out of a direct tailwind, your ground speed starts decreasing. So that means you need less bank angle, or else you're going to end up closer to your reference. So we started pretty good at about half a mile from the reference on the downwind, but when you turned your base, or the next leg, we got pretty close to it. And then it remained close for the rest of them, but I'm not going to critique that too much because we're still starting off here. So just remember. So I'm just going to call this the entry right here, the 45-degree, and I'll steepen this up a little bit so we maintain after 3/4 of a mile. So we'll consider this entered. Alright, so just check your ground reference every once in a while. I know it's hard because you don't really have anything to reference it to. Alright, so here we are coming abeam the first corner. So we go into our steepest bank because we have our highest ground speed. So about 30 degrees of bank angle is fine. And then as we start coming around, start letting it out a little bit. Alright, so I'm just gently bringing it out, not all the way out. We're just trying to estimate our next leg. So look ahead, what about half a mile would be. So what I'm using as a reference is I'm using the windowsill. The reference is maintaining the windowsill the whole time. Alright, and let me get back to my altitude here. There we go. And I can see I was pushed away, so maybe a little bit of a bank back into the wind here. There we go. And you can make your turns once you come abeam it, right? So here we are coming abeam. I'm estimating about where half mile would be. So I go into a medium bank turn. So not as steep as the first one, because our ground speed is not as high.
Southeast traffic, Sky 739 Delta Bravo.
So that's about 20 degrees of bank there that I needed. And as we come into the headwind, you start lowering out the bank. So now I'm about 15. There we go. And then the reference is still on the windowsill. And our ground speed when we started was 105. Now it's 84. And if we didn't have a GPS, you can get a sense of that just by, by feel, by looking out the window. Our speed hasn't changed or anything like that. Maybe if you'd like to try doing one to the right, so right pattern instead, so you can use the windowsill as a reference.
Okay.
That might help out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I just kind of found a reference here. It looks like the corner for me.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not easy not having a strut on an airplane, and we're also not a low wing, so you can't compare how far up or down the wing you are. So here we are coming to our last. So shallow bank here because we have our slowest ground speed. And shallow is relative, right? So it's shallower.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm still going about 15 degrees, half of our starting bank angle. And we're just watching our ground speed down to 81, 83. Only about 5 knots faster. And I can feel that we're definitely having to crab here. I can really feel that. And the reference is still on the windowsill. And you just see what our track is by looking out every once in a while, glance over your altimeter. And then once we get abeam our last point, we go medium. And as the ground speed starts building, we start steepening up the bank just a little bit. So here I can feel we needed to steepen up. And then opposite control pressures. There we go. And it's right on the windowsill again.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and set us up again for another 45-degree entry. And I like this aircraft because the throttle, let me set the lock better so it doesn't slip in or out. So the throttle actually stays pretty good in place. I've flown on aircraft before where you had to have your hand on the throttle because it was just slipping in and out. It was not consistent. But it's pretty nice. And so I'm just a curiosity. I see you fly with the hand on the throttle the whole time.
Yeah.
Is that just a comfort thing, or are you worried about the throttle slipping out? Or?
More just a comfort thing.
Okay, I see. Yeah, it's no problem. Just make sure that your power isn't actually changing because that can change your ground speed or your speed or your altitude. All right. Do you want to try it to the right instead, or?
Left is fine.
Okay, your controls then.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin our downwind leg.
And you can fly with your hand on the throttle if you want, man. It was a curiosity thing.
It's kind of a habit now.
Yeah. It's not a bad habit. It's not a bad habit.
All right.
All right. Looks good.
Alright, we are beam the There
we go. Yeah, that was really good with lowering out the bank there. You still need to keep some in just a little bit until you're...
All right, a little
there
bit
we go.
more than a 90-degree turn.
Yep.
And we'll adjust here as necessary. Looks like we might be getting a little close. All right. Alright, we are abeam our turning point here. A little bit shallower turn.
Bingo.
Alright. And ground speed is at our lowest. Keep us from getting too close to it.
Lobster to 937.
There we go.
Right. 937, could we get 10 minutes? Thank you.
Yeah, a little bumpy under this cloud.
Yep.
Alright, we're coming up on our crosswind turn here. Alright, begin the turn. Ground speed is still low. Alright, bit of a crab into the wind. Might be getting a little close. Alright, and we're abeam our downwind turn. Ground speed's starting to pick up. A little bit close.
There we go. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, the last leg there we were a little close, but if you want, you can just keep going around here.
Alright, I'll do another lap.
Yep. And then also just watch your coordination as well.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a pain with this thing, but I'm curious. A little bit of rudder trim, opposite direction. Does that feel like it did anything?
A little bit, actually, yeah. Okay, so we are turning base. Our steepest turn.
Rapid traffic, White Skyhawk, 5 to the west of Arthur Dunn, 4,500. Southbound, setting up, steep turn.
so we'll start our upwind turn here. Ground speed's decreasing. And there's about a half a mile out. All right. Oh yeah, that's getting a little bumpy.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're coming up on our turn here.
Yep. I'm going to start calling that announcement Siri. Alright, good there, a little close to it, but that's fine.
Alright.
There we go. The farm field looks like they cleaned up over there, so we can zip over there away from the rain, and I'll just let you finish the downwind turn here.
Alright. Alright, downwind.
There we go. Good. So I know it's a little bit bumpy, so it's harder to keep altitude, and the wind definitely increased, probably because of that weather over there, but that's fine. So I'll go ahead, you can bring us back up to 1,500 feet and give us a turn to the left again.
Back up to 1,500, okay.
So remember, increase in propeller first, and then RPM. There we go. 25 and 25. All right. Go ahead, give us a gentle turn to the left.
Left, okay.
Yep.
Clear left.
Clear left. There's 1,500. Alright, just give us a turn towards those flooded farm fields over there. So, Don't worry about keeping your altitude. Generally speaking, through turbulence, it's okay if you just keep a level pitch attitude.
Okay.
So if your pitch attitude doesn't change, you can accept the deviations in the altitude. That'll be fine. Rain, I know, is usually a daunting thing to fly through in a smaller plane, but it's all right. There was one time I was flying back to Orlando, and the visibility dropped, and it was still a VFR. It was only 4 miles visibility, and I was probably from here to about the distance of the farm fields, but I couldn't see it. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, and I was in the Cessna 150, so I was like really underpowered, really slow, bumping everywhere. So it was interesting.
Bravo traffic, White Skyhawk, we are 8 to the northwest of Space Coast, 4,500 Congo, southbound.
Southwest Prax Air Cardinal 34287 departing Kurtz Field, heading to the southeast. We're at 1,500 feet, we're going to be going to the farm field. Alright, and then the farm fields are those guys over there, what we were doing our maneuvers before, nice and clear, so you can give a slight turn to the left.
Okay.
There we go, plane got a little bit of a wash. Yep, that's good right there. Let's look at the bigger picture. So you see, like, it reduces the visibility pretty quickly, but it's still maybe about 2 miles-ish. Yeah, I can see that on the other side, yeah, 3 miles.
Yeah.
There we go. And also the one thing that's interesting about rain is it always gets very smooth.
Alright, and where is farm fields?
Right here. These are the farm fields over here. So if you stay on this side, it'll set us up for another downwind entry if you want to do rectangular course. Or we can move to S-turns across the road, but we have to head to the north anyways, and staying on this side's fine. So we can move on to S-turns.
Okay.
How does that reference work for you? It seems like it's pretty close.
Yeah, it seems it's about right for me. For him, I see this.
Traffic, White Skyhawk, we are 7 to the west of Arthur John, 5,400,
And it's not considered cheating, but you can always put a piece of like masking tape or blue tape up somewhere.
Okay.
It actually helps out with landing practice too.
Yeah.
Works like a little aiming point.
Okay. Alright, so this up here would be street patterns? Yep. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
compound?
The compound, yeah.
Okay, and then farm fields and flooded farm fields?
Yep. Alright, so there's that same road that we used as a reference before.
Okay.
So you can keep us going this direction.
Keep going this direction.
Yeah, keep going this direction. Yep.
So I can get it on the downwind.
Yes, sir.
All right.
South traffic, south by 433 is at 3,000 feet southwest bound to the east of Route Vector Lake, doing slow flight. Charlie South.
Alright, you can pull carb heat and just reduce manifold pressure slightly, maybe to 19 inches, and we can still have some good forward speed and bring us down to about 1,000 feet. And once we start heading towards the reference, we'll descend again to 800 feet. Out to West Prax Air Cardinal 34287's over the farm fields, 1,500 feet for 800. We're going to be doing S-turns.
Traffic 96 Papa Alpha 10 to the southwest of Lake Point at 2,500 back to Merit.
I don't know how, but I spotted this traffic out over here, miles away.
8 to the west of Arthur Dunn, 5,400.
He's way out there, no factor. Alright, so you can go ahead and give us a turn back to our reference, and we'll keep it going a little bit over to the south here so we can just get on the other side of the power line so we can do it at 800 feet. Alright, you can go ahead and turn us towards our reference and add the power back so the power beat out back to 21 inches. There we go, that's good. Alright, just maintain 800 feet, and we're doing them to the left. Highest ground speed, 117 knots, pretty good.
Alright, we are beginning our first turn.
Alright, start shallowing out that bank a little bit. There we go. Not too much, not too little though. There we go. That's good. There we go. All right. 72 knots, so just a slight turn. There we go. So little bit pushed in on this side here.
Okay.
So my controls real quick.
All right, your controls.
My controls.
Lake Point set at 2,300 heading to Merit.
So we'll get ahead onto this side again where we started. It's very subtle, the changes you have to make with the bank, but what happened there is that once we got, and the reason why we got pushed in, on a calm day, ideally, you can make, like if there's zero wind at all, you could hold 30 degrees of bank, complete the turn, do the next one at 30 degrees of bank or whatever bank, and complete the turn because there's no wind. But when there's wind, that's when you have to start changing up the bank angle. And the faster the wind, the larger the difference in bank angle will be. So maybe during the winter, I mean, I expect it to be done a little bit before then because how fast we're moving. No pressure, but I mean, if we get there, cool. But during the winter, I like it because usually there's steady winds that are pretty fast.
Okay.
And if there's a wind of 20 knots in the air, you'll really feel the difference. And today's kind of like one of those days. So you'll see with our ground speed here. Right, our ground speed's 104, 5, 6 building. We started at like 117. Get back to altitude here. And I know it's a little rough too, but here we are, be my reference. So we start our turn. Alright, bring it up, let's say 30 degrees is our steepest turn. And we see our ground speed starting to decrease already, but we're just going to hold this bank until we really feel the need to start bringing it out.
Okay.
So about here, I'm starting to bring it out just a little bit.
Okay.
That was only 5 degrees less. And over here, I can still keep that. But now look at our ground speed, 79, 78. Now I'm starting to shallow it out a little bit. We're about 15 degrees of bank. And bang, there we go. So be my reference, and then same thing in the opposite direction. Just start gently. As our ground speed starts increasing, as we get out of the headwind, so does our bank. So you can see that we're starting to get pushed in to the field a little bit. Our bank angle starts increasing, and our steepest was at 30. So I'm just going to see what 30 does for us. It's coming around. And even I got pushed in a little bit, but that would be, so we should be wings level pointing 180 degrees the opposite direction by the time we get to the reference there. So I'll let you do it again.
All right.
I'll bring us around. Yeah, today's certainly a heck of a day to fly. It's hard to judge the trim that you need when it's constantly up and down. How you feel, man? Good? Good. All right. Don't get airsick, do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
I've had passengers get airsick before on days like today. I'm like, okay. I showed you guys the air a little bit. Let's get back to the ground before someone loses their lunch. Alright, that's far enough. And once I set you up here, I'll hand you the controls.
Okay.
Alright, your controls.
Alright, my controls.
Your controls. Alright, 104 knots ground speed.
Okay, and we're going to
reference. There we
start
go.
our turn here. Steepest turn. Alright. Start to shallow it out a little bit here.
White Skyhawk.
Yep,
We are
that's the idea.
north of Lake Town, 1,000 feet, 8 on pylon.
We slowed him to 66 knots. That's pretty slow. And then just a little bit.
Shallow bank here.
3,000 feet, just next to Blue Cypress Lake, southbound. We're doing lazy 8. Try this out.
Golf Bravo to traffic, Skyflight 206, 3,000 feet, doing slow flight and stall.
So you can see that wind's pretty stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and bring us back again and we'll try again.
All right.
I think we had the aircraft at 12. Are you okay if we go to 12?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make the most because I know we had a late start with the weather.
Yep.
It can get frustrating trying to do ground reference or maintain speeds and altitudes and stuff like that during days like today. But on great days, it only prepares you even more for great days. So.
Okay, so here we are coming up across the road. Begin our steepest turn here. Roll into about a 30-degree bank.
Yep.
Alright. Ground speed's dropping. I'll shallow the bank a little bit.
Good. Watch your coordination a little bit there.
Alright,
there we go. Here's our
over the road.
reference. And then a little too steep already. I'll shallow it out. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Just try that. Because we keep going pretty steep. So I'll just keep this or a little bit less and see how that does for us.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. Now, maybe a little bit steeper. Good. Alright, just steepen it up a little bit more. Go to your steepest here. There we go.
Alright,
I think this is going to work out better for us. Look at that.
Okay,
Good.
there we go. That's pretty
that's
good.
what it was, yeah.
Alright.
So we were both doing a little bit too steep on the
on the upwind side. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Want to give another go, or do you want to go into turns about a point?
Let's see. Let's give it another go.
Alright, cool. Out to West Prax Air Cardinal 3427 over the farm fields, 800 feet, ground reference. is another good reference for the wind is smoke. So it looks like it's a slightly northwesterly wind, but very slightly. Yeah, I could believe that velocity of 20 knot headwind right now. Definitely reflects with the ground speed there. It's almost closer to 30.
Bravo traffic 207 Alpha Bravo 10 northwest of Lake Point, set headed southeast 2500.
7 Alpha Bravo, you read?
Aye, Captain.
Bravo.
Negative.
Back. South traffic, southwest 433 is at 3,000 feet, northbound over the flooded farm field. We're doing a steep turn, travel south.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, coming up on our starting point here. And we'll roll into a turn here. 30 degrees.
Skyline 433 is in Charlie South to give you a report when you're ready.
Steeper. A little less left rudder. There we go. Good.
And 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet.
Start bringing out that bank a little bit.
Take my draw.
There we go. And that's the other thing with this maneuver. You don't want to complete the turn before you get to the reference. You should be rolling wings level as you get to the reference. Okay, right like that, yeah. And then that's good right there, just for the start.
800 descending down to 1,500 southeast bound. Back
A little bit more right rudder. Go. There we go.
Alright.
And maybe we're rushing a little bit in the front half to get over to that bank, but other than that, that one was good, and the last one was good too.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Alright. S-turn, or sorry, turns about a point?
Turns about a point, okay.
Alright, so I'll go ahead, my controls real quick.
Your controls.
Yes, sir.
Bravo traffic 207.
So just like last time, we're going to use this crossroads right here.
Okay.
And ideally, we should be flying each leg. So the downwind leg, we're going to be right over the intersection over here. And then on the upwind leg, we'll be over that intersection over here. And then for our upwind and crosswind, we're probably going to be about halfway between this canal and the road. And then same thing over here. Halfway between the house at that intersection and the point here, yeah.
All right.
Alpha Bravo, you read?
helicopter.
What's the base of clouds in Bravo traffic?
3,000 feet.
And I guess trying to find a reference as well for that, a ground reference. It's difficult depending on where you go. I like coming out here because there's plenty to use.
Up to 3,000.
Let's see here. Let's get us over.
Anytime.
There we go. And so we're almost over top of the reference. We're slightly long compared to the reference, but that's fine.
East of Lake Winder at 2,000, heading to Merritt Island.
Alright, here we are. Here's our reference, and we'll just start the maneuver from here. So steepest turn, fastest ground speed. So about halfway down this road, like we said.
Headed south, eastbound, back to Merritt.
And as the ground speed starts bleeding off, alright, we start shallowing out the bank here. Alright, we should be right over top of the next reference. And we're pretty shallow bank here. But you see we're still turning. And we're trying to go halfway up this road. Our ground speed starts increasing.
Tower traffic 704 Mike Romeo, 2 miles northwest of the Lake Washington at 2,000 feet heading east Merritt.
There we go, we just keep this bank in. So, that was pretty good. I felt pretty good about that.
Right.
So I'll bring it around again and I'll give it over to you.
Okay.
Yeah, look how slow it feels like we're going in the headwind.
Traffic 207 Alpha Bravo, 4 northeast of Lake Poinsett, 1,500, headed southeast. Back to Merritt Island, last call Bravo traffic.
Alright.
Bravo traffic 704 Mike Romeo is 3 miles south of Lake Poinsett at 2,000, heading Merritt Island.
Bravo traffic 9844 Sierra is 3 to the southwest of Lake Washington at 2,700, descending down 2,000, heading back to Merritt Island.
Okay.
Alright, so once I get level here, I'll hand the controls over to you. We'll begin the maneuver.
Alright.
There we go. Your controls.
Okay, my control.
Your controls.
Alright.
Somebody
Alright, so we are over our point.
So what's back there? Cardinal 34287, 800 feet over the farm fields, ground reference. I'm sorry, was it?
Oh, steepest turn here.
Yep.
But
watch that rudder coordination as well.
West traffic 5090 Echo over Chesapeake Lake, 1,500 feet, heading westbound, staying up to slow flight, outer west.
Bravo traffic 704 Mike Romeo is a mile south of Lake
There we go.
Poinsett, heading northbound at 2,000.
alright, shallowing out here.
traffic. 9844 Sierra is to the west of Lake Washington at 2,000 feet, heading back to Merritt Island.
Alright, pretty good. We started about where we ended about where we began. So go ahead and just keep us in this turn.
Keep us in the turn,
Yep.
okay?
And let's watch our rudder coordination as well. I know it's a little hard today. So, pretty good. You're heavy with the left rudder, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the trim.
Okay.
So I can bring it back to kind of what it was before. There we go. That's good.
Bravo traffic 704 Mike Romeo is over Lake Point set, a mile south of Lake Point set at 2,000 to keep that.
Alright, watching our altitude good. There we go. Not bad, man. Real good.
Okay.
You want to keep us in the turn?
Alright.
Yeah.
Do
Just
one
get a feel for it. So we'll do another one. Yeah. So when we get closer to like actual check ride prep, we're going to be doing it like we're going to enter the maneuver, do the maneuver per the book, which is just one turn around and then exit.
And exit on the same heading that we started on?
Yep.
Okay.
Bravo traffic 9844 Sierra is 6 to the south of Lake Point set at 1,600, heading back to Merritt Island. Runway news. 44 Sierra, do you have us in sight? Negative. Yeah, 2 miles south of Lake Point set at 1,800, heading eastbound. We'll wait for you to go at sir. 9844 Sierra. Thank you. Arigato.
There we go, getting back into our steepest bank. That's pretty good, man. Alright. So you can fly us on the heading west here for a second.
Alright.
And give us a climb back up to 1,500 feet.
Alright. Full propeller. Increase manifold pressure. Carb heat off.
So pass your position.
Southwest Paxter Cardinal 34287 is departing the farm fields 800, 1,500 heading west. Alright, go ahead and level here for a moment actually.
Okay.
Alright, I have traffic in sight, they're turning away.
Alright.
And I have that traffic over there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and give us a turn then to the north. And you can keep that climb coming up here.
Traffic 704 Mike Romeo is over the I-95 at 1,800 feet heading eastbound Merritt Island. Bravo traffic. Last call, Bravo traffic.
Alright, let's see here. Once we get to 1,500, we can just continue north for a second. He's going to be no factor, and that guy behind us is going somewhere else.
Alright.
So I'll get the weather for us real quick.
Okay.
VFR departures advised, ground control your direction of flight, advise on this contact information pop. Melbourne National Information, Papa time 1510, Zulu, Spassy 1308, visibility 2.5 statute miles. Heavy rain, scattered clouds 2,600, ceiling 3,800 broken, 4,500 broken, temperature 272.2, fall altimeter 3004. GPS approach in use, land departing runway 9 left, 9 right, and runway 5. Approaches are being conducted 2 parallel, converging runways, attention all aircraft, hazardous weather information for Florida and coastal waters available, flight service frequencies, caution, higher than normal bird activity in the vicinity of the airport, no TAMs. Runway 9 left.
Alright, so, what time was that?
VFR departures advised, ground control your direction of flight, advise on this. National information, Papa time 1510, Zulu, Spassy 1308.
Alright, so that was already slightly over half an hour ago, so conditions have definitely changed. I still see there's some rain out there and everything, but what we'll do, if you want to, we can try and do some landing practice real quick at Valkaria while that rain's moving away.
Okay, that sounds good.
Alright, go ahead, bring us over there to the east then. I see Valkaria already.
Okay.
Delta West Practice Air Cardinal 34287 is just west of the farm fields, the street pattern of 1,500 feet, and we're going to be heading from west to east to Valkaria Hotel West. Alright, I have those guys in sight, so that's good right there. We'll go straight. There'll be no factor by the time we get over there anyway.
Alright.
Traffic 9440 is approaching I-95, heading back to Merritt Island. Directly is at 1,600, heading back to Merritt Island. Bravo traffic.
Alright, 5090 Echoes turning away from us.
5090 Echoes over the street patterns at 1,500, slow flight, turning southbound.
Give us a turn slightly to the north here because they're heading south. There we go. Yeah, and they're in slow flight, that's why we're catching up to them.
Over I-95 at 1,600, heading back to Merritt Island, last call, Bravo.
It's cool to watch planes in flight while you're in a plane.
Yeah, it is.
You can just keep us going straight towards the river right now. That sets us up for overflying the field there, and we can join the pattern.
Okay.
Let me get the ASOS information. I'll just do it the lazy way here. Let's see here. Turn this. Valkaria already knows. AWAS. There we go. We'll just listen for their weather real quick.
Temperature 28. Dew point 27. Altimeter 3002. Remarks. Density altitude 1450.
Transient tie-downs park on the blacktop ramp area immediately east of the terminal building. Do not park on the flight line.
Valkaria Airport. Automated weather observation. 1523 Zulu. Wind 110 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few 2.
Alright, so we have the winds there. That's the key thing. And let's go ahead. Valkaria Unicom 122725. There we go. So runway 10 is the runway that we're kind of lined up with almost already right now, but what we're going to do is I'll also demonstrate how to enter the pattern.
Okay.
Runway 6
So typically when you enter the pattern at an airport that does not have a control tower, they call them uncontrolled fields. Some people are bothered by that term. They prefer to call them untowered. But really, it's uncontrolled because there's no one controlling anything.
Yeah, yeah.
So a typical procedure is you can always overfly the field, get an idea of what the windsock is doing, right, if they don't have an AWOS. But you tune in the frequency miles away and you just listen for what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to overfly right over top of the field, get a look at the windsock. We already know what the winds are.
Okay.
And then we're going to descend and make what they call a teardrop entry.
Okay.
Into the left downwind for runway 10. So left downwind means we're making left turns to get towards the runway. So that would be on that side of the field, but just going right over it is fine.
All right.
Yep.
And we're going to overfly it at 1500, or are we?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
1500. And I don't see anybody out there. Perfect. It's amazing how nice it gets.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
In like a lion, out like a lamb. Valkaria traffic Cardinal 34287 is a beamed field over 95. We're going to be overflying the field at 1500 feet and making a descending teardrop entry to the left downwind for runway 10, Valkaria. And you always announce your intentions, where you are, altitude, all that kind of thing. It gets really busy out here because, of course, Melbourne doesn't like people doing touch and goes or any of the pattern work here. So everyone comes to Valkaria.
Okay.
But we have other options. I mean, Sebastian, I can see it. It's not far away.
In about 10 minutes, we'll need fuel on a GPU plane on runway 23.
Alright, so what I would recommend doing is bringing it over to the right a little bit, and as we overfly the field, you'll get an idea of what the windsock looks like. So the windsocks at every airport usually have a bunch of white dots around them.
Okay.
And they have...
I think I see the circle there with the dots around it.
And it also depicts the traffic pattern too. So it'll have a pictogram for each runway, and depending on which way the L is shaped is really what traffic pattern you fly.
Okay.
So left patterns are standard unless you go to... yeah, so left turns in the pattern. If you go to Sebastian, one of their runways is a right pattern.
Okay.
So you always have to pay attention for that. And we can have a discussion on this later. It's not too critical right now. Okay, our traffic Cardinal 34287 is 1500 feet. We are over the field. Going to be joining the left downwind for runway 10, Valkaria.
Alright, I think I see the windsock coming
Pointing this way. Yeah, okay. So what we can do then, go ahead and give us a turn, kind of intersecting the river, so give us a turn to the left. And go ahead and complete the descent checklist once we get squared up here.
Alright, so descent checklist. We need just mixture.
Yeah, that's fine how it is.
Alright, power as required.
Alright, so go ahead and pull carb heat, and we'll set it to 19 inches of manifold pressure.
Alright, so we want carb heat off?
Carb heat out all the way.
Alright, yeah. Carb heat off, 19 inches. Propeller full?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so there's 15, 17, 18, 19 inches.
Yep.
Alright, and
go ahead and give us a descending turn to the right here. Just bring it all the way around. And if you want, you can bring out the power just a little bit more. There we go, that's good right there. Carrier traffic Cardinal 34287 is about a mile northeast of the field. We're descending to join the left downwind for runway 10, Valkaria. Alright, and go ahead and get landing light on as well.
Alright, landing lights on.
Once we get to about 1,000 feet, we'll level off there. And you can bump the power once we get to 1,000 to about 18. There we go. Valkaria traffic Cardinal 34287 is running left downwind for runway 10 Valkaria. So there's 1,000 feet, so go ahead, bring the nose back a little bit and straighten up here. And ideally you should be about 3/4 of a mile to half a mile, so just like rectangular course.
All right, so it's pretty much on my reference here.
So you did a good job there putting us on that downwind.
All right.
And what we can go ahead and do right now, we're already in the white arc, so maintain 1,000 feet and just trim as needed. Go ahead and put flaps 10 in.
All right. Flaps 10.
Yep. And you'll need to retrim the aircraft because it'll want to balloon the nose up a little bit. And we're waiting until 10 is about 45 degrees behind us.
Okay.
So if this is 90, 45 would be maybe the end of the window for you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, reduce power a little bit to about 17. There we go. Bring it back up to 17. All right. Go ahead and give us our base turn. Valkaria traffic Cardinal 34287 turning left base runway 10 Valkaria. And you can keep the descent coming down because we're going to have to get down. And once we straighten up here, we'll apply flaps 20. Yep, go ahead, apply flaps 20.
All right, flaps 20.
There we go. And pull some more power out. Actually, at this point, we're pretty high. Go power idle. And then just keep us coming down at 80 knots. Valkaria traffic Cardinal 34287, turn to final runway 10 Valkaria. There we go. I know it's a lot of drag.
I think we overshot quite a bit there.
That's all right. Yeah, just keep that nose pointed down. Bring us back a little bit towards the center line. That's looking better. Go ahead and increase the power just a little bit. Apply flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
All right, keep us coming down at 80. You can slow up to 75. Pull some power out. So you see we're high, so we're going to use our power coming out to bring us down a little bit. There we go. All right, apply a little bit of power, just a little bit. All right, watch your speed, nose down, more power. There we go. So I'll help you out here. We have a lot of runway, don't worry.
All right.
There we go, so hold the nose back slightly, don't pull up, there we go. Now just reduce the power. Up, back on the nose. There we go, and we want to be in line with the runway. So just using the pedals. Right, there we go. Go ahead and put us back on the center line. Yep. And we're just going to get off on Bravo there. Not bad, man. I had a little bit of control there, but that's okay. How do you feel?
Oh, good, good.
It's always interesting, I know. All right, so let's reduce power a little bit here. And then we'll follow the leadoff line. There we go. Bird's taking a bath. And once we get clear of the hold short, which is covered in water, we'll go ahead and do our after landing checklist. So go ahead, we're clear.
Okay.
Back to 1200.
All right, after landing, mixture set.
That's fine right there.
Okay, fuel selectors on both. Seatbelts fastened. Wait, that's before landing. What am I doing here? Flaps retract. Mixture lean.
Yep,
landing
that's good.
light off. Pitot carb heat off.
All right.
Okay.
And I can taxi this because I know where we're going to go real quick.
Okay.
Valkaria traffic Cardinal 34287 is clear of runway 10, taxiing back to runway 10, Valkaria. So yeah, actually, it was kind of nice because the wind is not very gusty or changing a lot, so it helped us out slow down pretty quickly. So we're always basing everything off of airspeeds, and the reason why you don't want to land with a tailwind is, you know, you'll have a much faster ground speed for a given airspeed.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're just paying attention where the winds are coming from. I can actually see the line now. And there's no actual taxi diagram for Valkaria. You can find one online. ForeFlight has one, but there's not a government one. So always have extra documents. Like, it's not even in the IFDs. It would be able to select X-Ray 59, but we don't have one for that. Jefferson never made one. And actually, one thing that's cool about Valkaria is parallel to runway 10 is a grass runway off to the right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's where I've done some soft field landings before. They got a nice little flight club here. They had a flight club, but the FBO is nice. There's a Cessna 150. Tiny.
Oh.
Alright, so your controls again.
Alright, my controls.
Alright, go ahead and configure us for takeoff with flaps 10.
Alright,
So before takeoff. Actually, right here, just to take off.
Alright,
Yeah.
okay. So, alright, time is recorded, flaps 10, final approach area clear.
Yep.
Alright, so we have landing light on, transponder on, mode out, mixture slightly rich. Do that now?
Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. And I'll go ahead and call.
Alright.
And you're good to go. Valkaria traffic Cardinal 34287 is departing runway 10 to the east, Valkaria. Alright. Oh, we're good. Yeah, you can kind of see the runway there.
Okay.
A little bit. It'll be more obvious once we get in the air. Alright. Get on the center line. Good. Alright.
Alright, power's coming in. Alright, engine instruments are in the green.
Airspeed's alive.
Airspeed's alive. And we'll rotate at 60. Climbing out at 85.
There we go. Go ahead and get the flaps.
Flaps up.
And accelerate to 92, which we're already there almost. That's fine.
Alright.
Valkaria traffic Cardinal 34287 is going to be departing on the upwind for runway 10 going to the east. Valkaria. Have a good day. Yeah, you can bring it up to 1500.
Okay. Alright, so there's 1,000 feet. Should we set our 25 inches? At 2,500 RPM.
Alright, once we get parallel the beach or a little bit beyond, if you want to do a little sightseeing, we'll go to the north.
Okay.
And then we can fly from east to west over towards radiation, which I already have in sight.
Alright.
You can actually see a lot of sea turtles out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There we go, there's 1,500. Alright. Lower the nose a little bit. Let the speed build, and then 2,300. Don't see any sea turtles today out here. Maybe they went to farther out because of the conditions. Yeah, when I did the flight with Mohammed and Z, I stopped counting after like 15 or 20 sea turtles.
Wow.
Yeah. Alright, see the abandoned over there? It's that kind of complex with a small water tower on it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the abandoned there.
Radiation.
Sorry, yeah, radiation.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so are we going to head for that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let me give the ATIS here a listen real quick. Let's do airport. We'll just do this here. 13255.
Left unusable, runway 9 left, Pappy's unusable. VFR departures, advise ground control your direction of flight, advise on initial contact, information Quebec. Melbourne National Airport, information Quebec, time 15250. Species, wind 0909, visibility 4, light rain, mist, few clouds of 1,300, scattered clouds 2,600, ceiling 4,100 feet, broken, temperature 272.24, altimeter 3004, GPS approaching, use landing parking runway 9 left, 9 right, runway 5. Approaches are being conducted to parallel converging runways. Attention all aircraft, hazardous weather information for floating coastal water available flight service frequencies.
Okay, let's go right towards the abandoned. And we already have tower up, so we'll get mic 1.
Alright, now you said abandoned, but you mean radiation?
Radiation's fine, yeah.
Okay.
Takeoff, cross runway.
They'll probably tell us runway 5, hopefully.
Okay.
Takeoff 9 left, cross runway 5, midfield southbound, 34012.
Melbourne Tower Cardinal 34287's over, radiation with information Quebec, full stop, FIT.
November 34287 Melbourne Tower, you can enter right downwind for runway 9 left.
Right down for runway 9 left, 34287. Okay, so go ahead and bring us over here towards the airport. So just using the chart.
Ready to go 9 left, and westbound.
So, well, he's putting us on 9 left again. Jesus, this guy, I don't know what's with him.
Alright, so he wants a right downwind. So
for runway 9
so we're on a 45 degree for the downwind now, right?
Yeah, so we're almost 45 for the downwind.
We're coming in sort of like this. Okay. Alright, that's weird. So where would we turn downwind? Like,
so we're going to turn downwind somewhere over here. And let me just confirm with him. Melbourne Tower Cardinal 34287, just confirm you said right downwind for runway 9 left.
287A firm is going to be right downwind on the south side for 9 left. You're going to north ramp, correct?
We're going to FIT, sir.
I always confuse you with that for some reason. You can enter the right base runway 5, report over the campus.
Right base for 5, and we'll report over the campus, 34287. just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caravan 80 Kilo Lima.
Okay, so runway 5's over here,
Okay.
and we're going to enter the right base for it.
Right base for runway 5.
And he says the campus.
You're going to see a Cessna just about midfield, sort of departure and crossing.
Alright, so go ahead, pull carb heat.
Runway 5, clear for
Alright,
takeoff,
carb
left
heat.
turn to the west.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and reduce power a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, please use the runway.
Alright, we want carb heat on?
Carb heat out, on, yeah.
On, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And we,
Fox here, read it back now. 5, clear for takeoff.
and we can go ahead and pull carb heat. Or sorry, propeller full. That's what I meant.
5, clear for takeoff.
Alright, so he wants us a little closer, so we can bring it closer in there, because I guess the campus is over here.
To not say the runway, you should be saying the runway each and every time.
Runway 5, cleared for takeoff, 550.
There we go. That's good.
Tower, bear, so 1,000, clear your airspace to the north.
And just let it descend a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
34012, you're going to have traffic at your 12 at 1,500. They're on the right base, runway 5.
Alright, bring back power a little bit. And pull the nose up just slightly so we can get in the white arc there.
Runway 5, clear to land.
Runway 5, clear to land, 34287. Alright, below white arc, we can go flaps 10.
Alright, flaps 10.
Yep. And we're going to aim for about 85, 90-ish. That's fine.
5, Kilo Lima, left downwind departure.
For our airspeed.
Left, clear for takeoff.
Was that for 80 Kilo Lima?
80 Kilo
There we
Lima,
go.
left downwind departure to the west, 9 left, clear for takeoff.
80 Lima, 80 Kilo Lima, clear for departure on 9 left and left downwind departure approved.
Who's that from
Start
Big Blue?
bringing us in towards the runway. And we'll go flaps 10 or 20.
Alright, flaps.
77.
You can go flaps 30 too.
Yeah.
Kilo.
So I'll get flaps 30 for you.
Alright.
And let's go ahead and pull that power out.
Melbourne Tower, November 19475
Yep.
is holding short
And
of
let's
9
bring it
left
down
on
at
Bravo,
80.
requesting departure to the south.
So we have a slight crosswind here. So my control to demonstrate something for you.
Okay, your controls?
My controls.
Melbourne Tower, short delay
So,
approved, 9 left, clear for takeoff.
Here we are
5
descending.
On course.
And it's okay to crab into the wind. So we see the wind's coming 090. So that's directly east.
Okay.
What we're going to do
Cleared on course.
to line up with the runway is we're going to put the aileron, the wind side down, and use a rudder to keep us lined up with the runway. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Roger.
So they call it the wing low technique. And I'll just take this landing here, but it's okay to touch with the lower main first, and then as you roll out onto the runway, you're going to put down the other main. So we're just coming down still, and I'm going to slow it up to 75. It's a little too much rudder there. There we go. Alright, use some power to slow our descent rate.
Melbourne Tower, good afternoon.
Right. And we're just holding first, and then reducing power.
Okay.
Alright, a slight balloon there, so
Mike, Melbourne Tower, 9
there we
right, clear
go.
to land.
9 right, clear to land, 9 7 Mike.
Hold that nose back. We're going to try and we're not going to make alpha, that's fine. Don't try and force if you can't make it.
Number 287, left turn on Alpha, Foxtrot Victor to the ramp.
Alpha, Foxtrot, Victor, the ramp, 34287. Alright.
So 4951 Golf, 9 left, clear for takeoff, proceed on course, 5 midfield.
9 left, clear for takeoff.
Alright, go ahead.
After landing, we're retract flaps.
Yes, sir.
Mixture lean.
Over runway 5
that's
midfield.
good.
Landing light off.
Golf, I see you to the north,
Curb
left
heat
turn out
off.
approved.
Yes, sir.
Copy, left turn out approved, clear for takeoff, 9 left, 4951 Golf, thanks.
So you can see the crosswind landings are not as easy, but we'll practice them.
Okay.
Yeah. It's never going to always be a perfect day to fly.
Mike Kilo. Flight 638 ground has you cleared to Winter Haven as filed. On departure maintain 2000, expect 4000 within 10.
Departure frequency 132.65, squawk 1044.
Yeah, man, good job today.
All right, thank you.
Said Foxtrot Alpha Victor, or Alpha Foxtrot Victor. There we go, so we're coming up on Victor.
Check flight 63, Rebec is correct, advise, ready for taxi.
Reduce power a little bit. Up on the brakes.
Nice, Mike, traffic, VFR traffic is ahead to your left at 1,900 westbound towards you for about 1 mile.
We're looking for him. That's up, Mike.
55 Sierra. IFR traffic is a Bonanza on a visual approach at your 12 o'clock.
Traffic inside, that's up, Mike.
Nice, Mike, roger that.
There shouldn't be any lightning today, so, or at least right now.
7 November Victor, cross 5 midfield southbound 9 left, clear for takeoff.
Cross 9 midfield, clear to takeoff.
Stop 5 at the field, 737.
So 53361, ground 9 left via Mike Kilo. So nice up, Mike. Are you going to shelter after landing?
That's up, Mike. We're going through the FIT ramp.
Nice up, Mike. Roger that.
All right, shutdown checklist.
All right, toes on the brakes.
Your controls.
All right, my controls. Parking brake. Foot. Throttle 1200. Avionics off.